Alright, apparently I got through my 15 minutes. So, here we go. I can rename it. So here we go. I'm not going to rename it this time because we're short on time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually go in and just leave it the way it is. And there's that part. Now, it's a superior hunter coat, which means I can come down here and as you can see, I have hunter coat arms. That, as you can see, has a defense metal and a defense leather. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to look. Now, I can add, as you can see here, with 6 Drakestone, I can add 16 of my health. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to add it. I also get a chance to add leather, which gives me range defense or fire resistance, cold resistance, range defense, cold resistance. So what I want to do is I like range defense. You know, it's not a lot. It's not going to do a lot. The cold resistance and all that stuff actually could work too. Apparently I need to kill more nugs. I'll kill more nugs later. We're going to use nugs, get range defense. So now I got vigorous deflecting hunter arms. Now I'm going to add those to the armor that I just made, and then that makes everything stronger. So I can show you these things. Now that I've made it, there we go. I've made it. Now we can come over here and we're going to go into inventory. Actually, we're going to go into character record. Sorry. Alright, so now we got abilities, tactics, attributes. This is where you're going to see the difference. So as you can see here, my dexterity is at a 26. My cunning's at a 19. Constitution's at a 10. My attack percentage is at a 9. My critical damage is at a 77. My critical chance is at a 9%, which means 9% of the time I'm going to get a critical. Right? My flanking damage is that. Alright? Now the reason my critical damage bonus is at 77 is because of what I have. Now we look in at my guy and we'll go to accessories. Alright? He's wearing a belt of range defense. Okay. But what else is he wearing? He's wearing a ring of critical damage. The ring of critical damage gives him 5% extra critical damage. A ring of flanking gives him 5% extra. Alright? That's where I'm getting the extra everything. Plus the armor I'm wearing. What am I wearing again? I am wearing the medium free armor. On here I got a +3 willpower. That doesn't affect any of my attacking attributes. We come over here. I'm equipped the Bleeder of Souls, 13% critical damage bonus. That's where I'm getting up to the 97%. Here I got 3% critical damage for this weapon. Not bad. But what we'll do now is we're going to equip the Agile Strong Hunter coat. Now as you can see here, I'm at a 95. Equipping this coat, as you can see in the bottom where the shield is, I am increasing my defense, and that's what we want. My range defense does not get bigger yet. But remember, this coat is +8 dexterity, +4 strength. Right? So you want to look at the base numbers, and I'll show you the base numbers. Here they are. I got a 26 dexterity and a 10 strength. So now we're going to come in here, equip the coat. It's equipped now. Alright, kind of dashing. Come to my character record, go to attributes. As you can see, I have a 14 strength now, a 34 dexterity. My attack percentage went up to 12% now. My critical damage bonus jumped from 77 to 85, and my critical chance went up to 9. I'm not worried about critical chance because the way I'm making this guy, I'm going to make it to where I always get a critical 50% of the time. With that 50% critical, I want my critical damage bonus way up there because I want to hit him hard. So now I have that. So now I'm wearing this. Now I'm going to go to modify armor. Okay, Arian is wearing a cool Agile Strong Hunter coat. He can actually, as you can see here, add arms. We can add the scout arms, which adds +3 to range defense. We can put the vigorous deflecting arms. Now if you can see here, I'm going to show you his arms. That's the best view there. Okay, that's what his arms look like. If I put the scout arms, as you can see, the gloves change. That's the difference. If I put the deflecting harms though, the gloves change, and then I got a little change up on the shoulders. The vigorous deflecting hunter arms give me extra health and 3 range defense. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to confirm my change. Now you can see my armor is 133. I have plus 8 dexterity, 60 to my max health, 3% range defense, and plus 4 to my strength. I can also add a sigil. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into these. I don't know if they stick and if I can take them out off and on. Apparently, like, I don't know if it's like a rune, but if I did this, as you can see here, I can add 100% maximum mana stamina, so I can double everything. Or I can do the giant, where I can regenerate stuff, or the chevalier. I don't need any of that right now. I'm going to look into it, figure out if I can take those or not, off and on or not. But now that I've done this, and I've added to that range defense, now when we look at my character and his attributes, dexterity stays the same, all that. But as you can see down here, where is it? It is defensive. I have 12 range defense. Not bad. My armor rating gives me 141. I have 623 health because I added to my health. I added 60 to my health. I was under 600. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that we can add in. Now that I've done that, we're going to come over here and we're going to make the daggers. And I'm going to make this dagger. It's a dual spike dagger. It's a 182 DPS, which doesn't mean much. Okay, DPS doesn't mean much. It's the overall damage. The weapons that I have been using, and we'll check that real quick. The weapons he has been using is the Bleeder of Souls, which is 203, and the Dagger of the Dragon, which is 123. Now, they're very good weapons. I like them, but they don't do what I want. And what I want is to have 182, 73 area of effect. Everything here is going to be... Oh. I think everything that I'm going to use here is going to be... yeah, everything I'm going to do here is going to be basically a 73 area effect. That's your damage that you do overall. Alright, but I'm going to make this, and it's going to be tiered to what I want to do. Alright, so what I want to do here is I want to make it 73. Onyx is not bad either. Iron isn't bad. Drakestone. You know what? I have a lot of Drakestone. I think I'm going to make them out of that. So we'll make Drakestone. Now, 3 utility leather. That means I get to add to my dexterity again, which I want to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for ram leather, because that adds to the dexterity. And now I have an offensive 3 leather. Now here's where I can increase my critical damage. So as you can see here, this Bronto hide will give me a 6 critical damage bonus. Flanking damage, sunder on hit, critical chance, critical damage with Nugskin, and flanking damage. We're going to use Nugskin because as you can see here, Nugskin adds to my damage. So we're going to do that. And we're going to create one of those. Now we have an Agile Deadly Slicer. Very pretty. Alright. The good thing is, we're going to make it again. The exact same way. We're going to make it out of Drakestone. We need a utility of leather, so we're going to come down here and we're going to work on the dexterity. So we're going to grab ram leather again. I forgot which leather I use. It doesn't matter which leather I use as long as it's dexterity. And then we want to increase our damage, so we're going to take Nugskin. Basically what this is telling me is I got to go out and kill more animals and get more skin so I can make more weapons. So now that I made that, now what we're going to do is we're going to make the... What is it? This one. The firm dual blade grip. This grip is going to go on with those daggers. What I'm going to do though is I need to use leather. Now here I get a 6% critical chance. We don't want that. We want critical damage. So we're looking for critical damage. Nugskin. So we're going to make it out of Nugskin. And now here we're looking for more leather. I'm looking for more critical damage. Bronto hide. Make it out of Bronto hide. Now I have 12% critical damage on top of what I'm going to make with the dagger. Very, very good. We're going to make it again. The exact same way. I want that critical damage. So we're going to take Nug Skin. Then I will take the Bronto Hide again. I can always find more of everything. So now that I made those weapons are good. They are good to go. Right? So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to modify my weapon. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to daggers. Here's the Agile Deadly Slicer. As you can see here at 182 DPS, it's nowhere near the Bleeder of Souls, but the Bleeder of Souls only gives me 13% critical damage. The Dagger of the Dragon only gives me a 3% critical damage bonus. The Agile Slicer gives me a 6% critical damage bonus and plus 3 to my dexterity, which adds to my critical damage. I have a grip. I'm going to add the grip. Now I have an 18% critical damage bonus plus the 3 dexterity, which is a one-on-one. And that now gives me 18% critical damage bonus plus 3 dexterity. And I'm going to do it again with this one. Boom. 18%. Now, that doesn't look like a lot, but then when you look at my character, and you see right now my critical damage is at 85%. Okay? That's with the weapons that I have now. Now we're going to go in, we're going to take these Agile Slicers, and we're going to put them in. I'm going to use them. Alright? Now remember, we were at 83% Agile. Or damage. Critical damage. Now we come down to critical damage. I'm at 111%. Now, every time I get a critical, I do 111% damage. So I do 111% damage of what my critical is. Which means every time I get a critical, we are doing 73% damage. Because my main hand damage is 73. When I get a critical, I'm getting 73 plus another 73 plus another 11%. So you're looking at 140 to what? 150? Probably right around 150 for one hand. My offhand is the same. So 150. Damage wise, we're looking at, when they figure everything out, we're looking at me getting close to probably 1,000 on a hit. Maybe not that high. But it's a lot higher than it was before. And that's how we create everything. I made the armor to complement my stats that gave me more damage, critical damage, and then I made weapons with more critical damage. That's how it's supposed to go. I'm going to go back and I'm going to do this for Cassandra, Iron Bull. Iron Bull is going to be made somewhat similar. He's going to be looking, I'm going to use him for critical chance. So he's going to crit more often, and then I'm going to build up his strength so when he's going to crit more often and do more damage. But that's what he's going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to crit, but when I crit, my damage is higher. Output is higher. That's how everything's going to go. I'm going to go in. This is basically a quick rundown of how I'm going to make my rogue. He is going to be an assassin, and you know what we didn't do is we can go over to the armor and create that helmet, that scout helmet. As you can see, I need 2 leather. 13 armor rating is about the best I can do. I can do it out of anything. I'm going to use fennec fur, it looks like. Yeah, fennec fur. And then I got 4 utility slots, and we're going to use it to add to my dexterity again. So we will take the ram leather. Bam. Agile cap. This adds more to my guy. Now remember, we're at 111% damage when I have a critical. Now that I put this agile cap on, we go look at my character record. There's one thing left to do, and that's to get the leg greaves for my armor. Once I do that, I will add more dexterity. As you can see, it's a 41, but I'll add more to my damage, and my critical chance is 9%. It went up a little bit, but as you can see, my critical damage bonus went to 112 now. So we're slowly building it up. It gets better when I get the tier 3 armors, because then you will see that I will be